Hello folks, try to make a quick garden update, but keep you informed. I'm up here on the porch to give you a look down on the garden, and you can see it's getting, well, it's starting to come together. It's about a month late, but anyway, we'll go down in the garden, take a look. I'm standing here in the herb bed in the middle of it, and the strawberries and the other things, to get a kind of a quick view, looking down through. You can see the fennel dill is growing, and it comes up year after year. I don't plant it anymore. And the different flowers for the bees. The bees and the stuff really love the parsnips, and I let them go to seed and let them sow themselves. I found that that's the best way to let them plant. Parsnip seeds, there's a very low germination rate, especially if they sit any time at all until you get a seed package. And I don't know if you can see it or not. There's some bees on their honeysuckle. I can't see the screen real well. Okay, we'll walk down into the lower part. Okay, I'm down here in the lower part by the blackberries, and hey Prelude, this is what my blackberry patch looks like, and as you can see, there are no black berries yet. It'll be another 3 weeks, a month, maybe longer than that. Another thing that was I seen on one of the things was about almond trees, about not growing. Well, I live in zone 5B, and there's an almond tree, and it's doing very well. And over there behind it, I have a Mormon apricot, which is also has a pit you can eat. Onions, broccolis, cabbages. The pak choi is the Asian vegetables have bolted with the daytime heat. Now, we got really cool weather in the evenings and really hot days. I think it's the weirdest weather I've ever seen. But those of you that have looked at the harvest, this is my row of peas. And this one yielded, my sister picked this row yesterday, and she got a dish pan like I showed you the other day. My wife picked that row right there. And just a little bit down at the end, and I'll be putting up or tying into this video a picture of the pan she picked, and it's very full. I have beans over there, climbing beans that need a trellis yet. Raspberries look like they're going to be full this year. And here's some bush string beans, and you can see I weeded the onions, and you can see the mountain of weeds down through there. Okay, we'll go down to the lower end. This is a picture of yesterday's harvest. Part of it. She picked mulberries yesterday and got that thing part full, but she had a friend at work. She took some in. But this is the dish pan, and my sister got one like this. And we got one, and you can see, I don't know if you can see it there, but it's heaped up. And to give you an idea how much that is, there's a hand, my hand, in the light of the pan, and so it's a big pan. And we got one pan from one row, and this pan was from a row and a part, and there's a whole, most of the other row needs to be picked yet. But we'll see once what we get, and maybe I'll get a clip of that too. Thanks for watching. On my way to the lower end, here's that plum tree. I really trimmed them this year. I cut probably 2/3 to 3/4 of the limbs off, and I think it made him decide that he needed the bear or her to be a bear, whatever it is, or a he, she, whatever. But anyway, you can see all the plums there. Look like fish eggs, rows of them. And that's, well, we were in winter solstice. or winter solstice. Listen to me. Summer solstice was yesterday, so we were to the longest day, and the days are long, but they're not as warm as I remember them. And there's lots of plums on there, so I think we'll get some off of this tree this year. Okay, down at the lower end, and of course there is my pecan tree, and he's grown nicely this year. We have 2 rows of potatoes that were planted a week before the 3rd row, which you see there, and they come up, but it's not as much. And then a row of sweet potatoes, and 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of peppers, and a plum tree, and and 2 rows, part rows. Those rows kind of taper off there into of eggplant. Well, I'm standing over here at that where the soil was that got pushed around, and you can see, of course, there's watermelons and some cantaloupes, watermelon, cantaloupe, basil, thyme, some Asian onions, parsley, African blue basil, there's some other things here, but I can't remember what it is. Hyssop, I think. Up there we have a row of bronco beans, of course, nicotina or flowering tobacco for the bees and the hummingbirds. The 2 rows of top crop string bean, and 3 rows of corn. And we'll pause and go over here to blueberry bushes, which you can see are here. And that bird that you hear in the background, that weird noise, the bird muncher. Be interested in knowing what it is. If anybody recognizes it, we'll go over and look at the berries on the blueberries. Now, this year I used mulch. Is so expensive here. Everything in Pennsylvania gets sold amongst the old order people, and it's really hard to get stuff. The sawdust is for a small pickup truck load is $10, and of course the mulch is close to $50 for a small pickup truck load, and it takes loads and loads to get this mulching done. But I get coffee grounds, and of course the filters are paper, so they'll break down their wood product. And the blueberries love coffee grounds, and so does a lot of other things. But I don't know if you can see this, but this is what we're looking for, and that bird is waiting for them. And I'll have to get netting on this, or we won't get. Last year they got a lot until I got netting on it. But get some idea of what this is. Just one, and of course there's 3 up there. And whoops, sorry, I didn't get as much done this week and weekend as I like, but I did plant a row on summer solstice for late potatoes. Found a bag of potatoes that was less than half price, and I got them and planted in. The other ones didn't seem to be coming in. I think they rotted. It was so wet. But planted a row of beans in here yesterday also. Right alongside of where the potatoes were supposed to come up. If they come up, fine, and if they don't, well, we'll have beans. Tomatoes I tied up. I have 2 more rows to tie up. And out at the end there, we have the peppers. She was munching peppers this morning, and yesterday we had one I hoed, and I hoed it off by accident. She took it in, and she's been eating little Thai chilies that are green. I had 1 red one this morning. Here I planted cabbage this week. Have half of a row yet to do out there from the well casing to the hickory nut tree. And of course grapes are really doing well this year. A lot of things are doing exceptionally well despite all the cold. I don't know if you can see that or not, but they're just hanging full. Now I changed my grape barber this year. I took the 2 lower wires off, because I feel it'll give it more air, and I think it's going to work. It is just full. I'm not going to walk all the way out there, but anyway, the cabbages, the watermelons are looking real good. The cantaloupes, well, some of them didn't make it, but there's plenty there, so we should have enough. Okay, I'm going to hang it up for now. Thanks for watching, and the Lord bless.